Let's continue now with the introverts, which are the steadies and the conscientious. We're going to discuss different tactics, and then we're going to dive into the interview questions that you should consider. Let's get started.
So now a high S, they're calm. They agree with the I that things should be friendly. Thankfully, we're moving away from the dominance because I agree more with the high. We got to be friendly, we got to be social, we got to be caring. I agree with the I. It has to be a calm conversation. See, just like this. No fanfare, woohoo, gracious, and it's just a calm conversation. These folks, they just focus on the how. Okay, so how are we going to do that? If we go to Iberia, or how are we going to do that? Okay, and how? And what's the process on that? Okay, what does anybody read the process? Okay, how are we going to see? That's what they want to know. They're not really against the idea, but they're against the fact that you don't have an idea of how you want it done. You see, and so the extroverts tend to say that the high S's are against the idea when really the high S's are in favor of the idea, but they're just wondering, do you have a game plan for it? And if you don't have a game plan, I'm going to question the idea. But I'm not really questioning the idea, I just need to know how. And if I hear others say, well, that doesn't matter, we'll get to it later, the high S is so, and you want me to buy in now? Okay, you want me to say yes, but later we'll figure out how? Then I don't think I like this idea, because they want how. Otherwise, it's hard for the S's to buy in. They're incredibly consistent. They really are. They're all about habits. What they do is what they will do. Okay, they're good about procedure. They're bad about adhering others to procedure. They're not high Ds. They don't push. They're good about being disciplined, but they're not good about it getting others disciplined. But yet they take too long to decide. When they say, I'm thinking about it, you better believe it. They will think about it. These folks, however, they say, well, I don't know. Let me think about it. And you push them a little bit, they'll say, okay, well then yes. If you want to write this down, write this down. These guys are the biggest conflict avoiders of all of them. They will say yes if it avoids a conflict. They will say no if it avoids a conflict. The way my business partner one time said it, if the flight attendant was a high S, the flight attendant would not go tell the pilot that she thinks we're running out of gas, even though she sees a mountain. I'm not going to stir the pot. Even though I know where the plane's going to crash, I'm not going to raise an issue. So they avoid conflict and they avoid change like the plague. That's their biggest downfall. That's their biggest weakness. If they had a t-shirt, it would be this: poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. Now, their biggest benefit is they're the doers and they know where the problems are. So you have to listen to them. In meetings, well over 60% of your frontliners are likely S's. And they're the ones who speak up the least. What does that tell you? You're not getting the problems. Most companies are not getting the problems because when you ask folks, the ones that are the quietest are the ones where they know what's going on in departments, what's going on in companies. And they're the ones who speak up the least. And they can hold it for a long time. The closer you get to the ground, that's where they live. They live closer to the front, closer to the staff, closer to cubicles, closer to customer service, closer to the people, closer to conflict that they can control. And so if that immediate supervisor doesn't know how to manage that, so tell me what's going on. Oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Why? I'm not safe around my supervisor. I don't know if you're going to tell my supervisor. S, let them speak first. So if you don't get into the habit of letting them speak first, because they weren't raised with that level of confidence to take their position. Because if I chide on them because they didn't talk, they'll never talk the next time. And you sit there and go, who's got time for this? Guys, well over 60% of staff members in frontlines are made up of high. If we don't learn to manage high S's, the issues are being buried down there. So tell me a time when you had to speak up. Tell me a time when you realized that if you didn't speak up, something bad was going to happen, a bad project or anything, and you had to risk your job. Even if have you ever been in that position? And then just shut up and let high S talk. And if they do tell you, they'll tell you. But that's the question to ask. Are y'all seeing how we're using the personality concepts to have good interviews, conversations, decision making? It's about understanding people so you know that how to help facilitate better. All right, and then the final one is the high C's. They're focused on accuracy. If they're focused on accuracy, what do they not good at or what do they not like as much? What would you say? What's the opposite of accuracy? Look at the graph. There you go. Enthusiasm. So remember, it's the opposit. If we teach them this, and we tell the CFO, hello, ask about her mom, and then the CMO, dude, come in with data, not ideas. So let's go to C's. The C's, they focus on the why. I hear that, but why are we taking that mountain? I'm not saying we shouldn't take that mountain, but why are we taking? Okay, is it just because there wasn't any other mountain to take? What are we basing this on? Is it emotion? Then tell me what the emotion is so I can get my head around it, because I don't understand why we're doing this. That's their job. It's to not let the train go over the rail without data. They require data to buy in. You want me to get excited? Show me the data. You want me to go woohoo? Show me the data. You want me to get up and do the dance with you? Show me a report. Show me something. Come on, man. And we wait too long to show the refiners data. Now, their biggest weakness is they're very slow to express that buy-in because they always polish the brass. They're always review, always refining. Okay, yeah, I see why you're saying that. Let me think about that some more. No, I've already shown you the data. Okay, I see what you're saying, but let me scour over some more this weekend. Weekend comes by, so what you think? No, the data's good, but let me think about it. No, come on, man. How much time do you look? Give me till Wednesday, okay? All right, but Friday you said it was good. Monday you said the data was fine. We're back to Wednesday again. Yeah, but I want to make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay, come on, man. At some point, I need the support. See, there, if you don't call it and you don't ask for a high C to trigger execution, they will stay at refine. If they had a t-shirt, this is what the t-shirt would say. A t-shirt is a t-shirt. It's not a billboard. True or not, that's their t-shirt. That's all I need to say. And they keep us honest, and they have the data. Don't BS them around the data. Just simply say, if you're going to quote data around data, people say, I think the data is. My perception, my gut feeling is the data is. I think it's somewhere between 17 and 48%, somewhere around there. Don't try to be that person because that triggers the CFO to prove you wrong and shoot your idea down. Why? Because you got in my lane. Be humble. You don't know. You're speaking out of high terms, high level. Keep it there. Let me talk the data. Don't take my role. Let them teach you the numbers. Ask them to support the decision. I just said it. Ask them to, please, can you please support this? I need you to take the risk. I show you the data. I can't wait another week. Come on, take the risk. It's a calculated risk. If you can get a high C to learn how to take calculated risk and not have 100%, good. I need a 90% accuracy. So in interviews, what do you ask the interview? Tell me a time when you went off of the beaten path and had to make a decision not based on data and it worked out really well. That's a good one, because don't tell me you never had to. Okay, so for example, to answer that question, okay, yeah, there was this one time, okay, and it worked out well. Okay, so let me ask you this. Were you able to make that decision on your own, or did somebody have to put a hard deadline on you and force you to? See, they don't want to answer that question. They go, no, I was given a deadline. Okay, so if you do come on board with this, are you okay if we do that 30% of the time with you? We definitely understand the need to, but man, we move faster, okay? We like to move 30 to 40% based on gut data later. You good with that? And you got to just look at the white in their eyes, see if they're BSing. Because if they can't make decisions based on risk, then you don't want that high C person. Methodical. I don't even call them slow. It's right. They just do it. They do not know how to get out. See, a high S knows how to get out of slow. All you got to do is push them once. No, you know what? I don't know that I like we should go to Iberia. But Iberia is beautiful. There's more sun there than Baton Rouge. Okay, let's go. High C person. No, have you seen the economic forecast in the next 10, 12 years? No. Have you seen how much employment is? Have you seen that? And they just cannot stop. They just can't stop. It's just analytical. And it's okay, stop. You know what? We're not going to look at the birth rate, okay, of the cattle for the next 12 months, because of the hay fever analysis. Just like, what else? Stop. If we had to take a risk, would you do it now? Okay, good. Can you buy support? And when you leave, ready? And when we leave the meeting, can you support the decision, or are you going to tell people that you did? Okay, because these guys don't shoot the idea down later. They just simply go, I don't know. They said this. I don't know. It wasn't my idea. It wasn't my idea. Because you see, a high S says, oh yeah, it was our idea. Social. High I goes, oh, I was there. Of course. D's are like, of course, I had to push everybody into it. High C's are like, whatever. And everyone can tell, the CFO, and it ain't agreeing. And people can smell that from a mile away. Which is why I like, when decisions are announced, I like to have the CFOs and the introverts tell the crowd. Memorize this page. Learn to read a room based on this. Ready? Extroverts, introverts. People, results-oriented. Action, start with action at the top. Action, enthusiasm, collaboration, process, support, accuracy, challenge, results. Memorize that. And just realize that person is all about accuracy. Okay, that person's all about support. Okay, you see, and you think of what the opposite is, that's where their weakness is probably. Then you ask and talk about it.
All right, great job getting to this point. This was an initial foundational training on DISC. There's a whole lot more to be said. because I mentioned to you earlier, people skills is the foundation. And from there, we get into conflict management, decision making. So we have a lot of different branches to go from here. But the next step is for you to take your personality profile. So here's what we're going to do. Since you're part of this program, we're going to send you your personality profile link. So go ahead and message us. We will send you your link. You will take your report. We'll get it. We'll send you a copy of it. And then we'll set up a session to help you understand it, help you interpret it, and then help you give you the tactics on how to use it and then how to begin applying it with your team members. So message me or message any one of the other managers that you're working with us in this program, and we will send you the link so you can take your survey report, and then we'll get you up and running. All right, look forward to it. Great job getting this far, and look forward to hearing from you.